I wonder, how many of y'all think about something that someone said to you that really got in your feelings to get you thinking like, what's going on? It's like they're looking right through you and they're speaking something to you that in reality that you need, but you don't want to hear it because you're like, no, that can't be. That's not who I am. I know who I am. But when this person says this to you, it hits you so deep that you just can't stop thinking about it. And then once you can't stop thinking about it, you try to figure out how to be able to work on that. And then when you start working on that, you start to realize a lot of things that you're struggling with in this life is just problems that someone has already told us, but we're just trying to neglect it, reject it, say no, instead of just working on it. My name is Mark Anthony Dubose Jr., and I was born July 4th, 1986. Today, I'm going to go straight into the book of John, the 15th chapter, down to the 9th verse. This is a very interesting passage because this is something that I struggled with my entire life. And with this, I struggled with one specific word that I realized was the foundation of what this is talking about here. This is my man Jesus talking here. And he's speaking something that is very enlightening to me today that I didn't quite understand. But just in reality, up until recently, just seeing and being and having a better understanding of what's going on with this world and my Bible and me, that I started to embrace more and more of this because I started to, the word I like to say is trust more. Someone looked at me and said, I know what all your problems are, Mark. You just don't trust anybody. You don't even trust your own self. That's why you're struggling. That's why you're damaged. That's why you're hurting. Because every time you come around somebody, when somebody comes to you, you're always like challenging, questioning. You're always like putting them on all these tests to see if they're going to be okay or not. But in reality, they would never be okay because I'm not okay with my own self to trust my own self. And that's something that reading something like this has really been able to give me a different sense of self to really understand. So I'm start at the verse 9 of, as the Father has loved me, so I have loved you. Now remain in my love. If you keep my commands, you will remain in my love, just as I have kept my Father's commands and remain in his love. I have told you this so that you may joy, so that joy may be in you, and that joy may complete you. My command is this: love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no other than this, to laying down one's life for one's friend. You are my friends, if you do what I command. I no longer call you servants, because a servant does not know his master's business. Instead, I have called you friends, for everything that I have learned from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you, and anointed you so that you may go bear fruit that will last, and so that whatever you ask in my name, the Father will give you. This is my command: love each other. This is something for me that it's probably been the hardest thing for me in my life to just allow someone to be able to just come around and be around me, with me just putting a bit of faith, a bit of trust in there, with not trying to just push all kinds of buttons. And the more and more that I've been doing that, the more that I've just come to realize that, man, this is such an amazing world. That even if in the end, something did say happen, some sort of sabotage came, it's not because I didn't put my whole self out there. And that's something that I know Jesus speaks a lot about, on making sure that we're loving each other. And when we're loving each other, we're not out here trying to damage and trying to hurt and try to destroy each other. And I know that when you are not a trusting person, when you're skeptical about everything, you're damaging, you're hurting, and you're controlling and you're manipulating people to be able to make sure that you are getting what it is that you need, so that you can feel good and so that you can feel safe. And you're gonna do dangerous stuff to others to make sure that you're safe. So when you see something out there that's kind of making you feel a little like uncomfortable, you're gonna do some extremely ruthless stuff to other people, even though that you want them, even though you want to hang around them, even though you really, really appreciate them. But because they're doing something to start to get into you, to break what you trust your own self, or you don't even trust yourself, for instance, that you're gonna start being mean. And you can start even just being mean by being neglectful, by just pushing them away and just saying, I can't deal with that, so I'm just gonna ignore them. I'm just gonna never speak to them again. And that's not showing love and compassion in any way. That's you showing a sense of just struggle and agony. And it's something in me that I know for a fact I used to always do that with people. That I would always make you go around so many little things, and make you dance around so much, because I just didn't know how to know that you had good intentions for me. Even though some people, then out here just had evil intentions on me, it still doesn't mean that I should come at you with any sort of hate and any sort of anger, any sort of games, manipulations, and just crap. I still should just say, hey, I love you regardless, even if you are trying to hurt me. Because if you do that, you're going to notice that that person is going to have no choice but to, on their own, figure out what they want to do with this. They're not going to try and hurt you even more than likely, because it's just not going to work. Or they're just going to disappear on their own without having to try to come into you. But if you're not trusting anything, you're in reality not loving anything. And that's something that I just see that goes hand in hand. That the more and more that I started to just let certain things go and just start to embrace and start to just enjoy and start to look at people in a completely different way, of allowing them to actually come in, allowing them to actually speak truly to me and me speak truly to them, that I've come to realize that just things are just way more beautiful on this planet, I'm going to say. And being able to have the love that Jesus talks about is a beautiful thing to be able to have and be able to experience, because it allows you to just be open without no hidden agendas, without no worrying about sabotage, without no worrying if they're going to harm you or hurt you, and worrying about any of that. You just put it out there, and you just in reality see what happens. Because there's something that I do know, that the more and more that you know yourself, the more that you're grounded, the more that you have boundaries, the more that you have a good understanding of what the love that Jesus talks about, the less of these people are going to be able to come around you to try to destroy you. Like, you're going to see right through them. You're going to get dreams about it. You're going to get visions about it. You're going to get passions about it. You're going to get feelings about it. You're going to get all kinds of stuff about certain people that are in your life that you just got to let them go. That they're just going to get rejected from you. But when you're living out there without that, without the guidance, I'm going to say, of knowing who God is, you're going to be confused all the time. Of, is this person trying to hurt me? Is this person doing this? What is this person doing? What's happening there? And that's where the confusion is going to come in. That you're confused with the whole concept of love, because you're all on your own. But when you've got God with you, you're going to be able to. When you've got Jesus with you, you're going to be able to know what it is that's going to be able to help you out and guide you. That I'm telling you, like, dreams are going to come to you, like inspiration of, should I hang out with this person? It's going to come to you, and something will just straight up hit you. I mean, I've had times where it just straight up hit me. Why am I hanging out with this person? Like, why am I still continually talking to this person? And then I would just not say reject that, but today I listen to it, but definitely before I would reject that. I would just say, I'm just going to keep doing it anyways, because it's what I think that I need, even though I'm not fully in it. And when you're not fully in it, you're going to start realizing that things are going to, hey, Oreo, that things are going to start getting really, really complicated, super complex for you, that the other person's going to know it and see it. And that's what's really going to make things even more challenging. And there's something in me that lets me know, like, yeah, keep going at that, keep doing that, keep pursuing that, keep making that happen. That's not just with people, but that's with a lot of pretty much anything and everything. That, I mean, even comes down to your animals, and especially people with your dogs. Like, there's some stuff that we got to do with them that we just have to, because it's kind of like a life lesson to us of something that we need to do. And something with our kids when they act a certain way, it's something that we gotta work on with ourselves to be able to get through, to be able to make happen. And it's just a lot of this stuff out here that comes to us and happens to us, that if we're trusting that it's coming in a place of love to help us and to guide us into a better place, it's not going to hurt you. It may feel like hurt in a little short term and in the little things that's going on, but that hurt is only because it's something that is going to bring you into a better place. Like for the guy years and years and years ago that said to me, man, this guy said this to me almost 15 years ago now. He just looked at me and said, Mark, I got you all figured out. I know what your problem is. You just don't trust anybody. And I was like, that can't be. That's so simple sounding. That's so easy sounding. But it's in reality taking me 15 years to be able to figure that out, be able to work on that, be able to get through that, and be able to get to a point of being able to look at someone and say, you're going to help me out, right? And I don't have to worry. And it's finally been able to get to the point that all started with being able to trust in Jesus, being able to say, hey, man, you got me, right? Everything's going to be okay, right? You're going to be able to get me through some things. And then stuff would just follow through in reality. Like every time it just follows through. Sometimes I'm kind of like, I don't know. And then it would just follow through for me. And it would just work out. And that started to build more and more trust that there wasn't another human being out there in reality on this planet that was able to do that. Because in reality, they would always mess up. And I was kind of seeking for that. I was seeking for someone to be able to do this for me. but I would always mess up. They would always mess up. They're just not perfect. They're not just this pristine being that's just always going to be on time and always going to be able to follow through. No, they got issues. They got problems. They got stuff in their life going on. And I would always be trying to force myself into relying on them to be able to help me. And it wasn't until I got the help of Jesus to be able to get me to get through this and be able to get out of this, to be able to understand that it doesn't take a lot. It just takes a good understanding of putting it all in and allowing him to do his work, allowing the spirit of this world to be able to do its work, to be able to help you, to be able to guide you, to be able to get you in a better place, into a different place. And I've come to realize that once I've been able to understand the whole concept of trust, I've been able to understand the concept of love and the concept of what it actually means and what it actually is all about. And not just being with somebody because you need them for a specific purpose to be able to just survive or just to think to be able to get stuff done, or you need someone to be able to motivate you to do things. And instead of just knowing that you already have that inside, and that person that comes along is just going to like substantially upgrade what it is that you're doing. And that person is going to be able to bring absolute greatness to you without you putting so much pressure on them of they got to always be right, and they always got to be perfect, and they always got to be on time, and they always got to be doing everything, and they have the right words to say. They can never have a day of struggle themselves. They always got to be perfect. That then you're going to be able to help that person while that person is also helping you, because you're not putting all that on them. You're putting all that energy of I don't knows and all your worries and all your problems on the Jesus. And then he's going to be able to work through that to be able to help you be able to get into a better place. And that better place that you get to is going to be able to allow people to come into your life that's going to be able to allow you to really just be who you are without having to have a games and a hidden agendas or anything that's going on, where you could just this is just who I am. This is what it is. And you have that as in a reality, kind of like a take it or leave it. I don't need to dance and go through hoops to try to figure out how to be able to keep you just because I feel like I need you. You're just going to be yourself. And then you're going to realize that's when things are going to start for sure coming to you, of just those boundaries of I see what you're doing and I don't want to deal with that. And those thoughts of like, I shouldn't be doing this. I should get away from this. Those dreams of just destruction and chaos that are coming to you of like, this is going in the wrong direction. This is going to destroy you. As opposed to the dreams that come to you of something that I've noticed just past few days of dreams of like, I don't know why, but I got heavy equipment, like big excavators where I'm like building stuff and like doing something, just creating a mass abundance compared to what I'm doing right now, just an extreme different level. And that's something that I enjoy to keep on having and being and seeing and knowing, of trying to bring different people around that are going to be able to have you upgrade like that, as opposed to people that are coming around that are making you question and wonder and constantly on, I don't know, and I'm not sure, and I don't, what do I said the wrong thing, maybe I did the wrong thing, how are they thinking, what's going on, and dealing with just madness like that. And it's something for me that just, it's taken me a long time in reality to just realize that what it is that I need to work on and focus on, and what it is I need to focus on is having a good understanding of a better foundation. That foundation is of understanding that Jesus is all of love, and he's spreading that to us, and he's giving that to us, and he's giving information to us to be able to make sure that we can thrive on this planet, to make sure that the things that we have are in all of abundance. And it's something that I just pay real close attention to when I look out here, and I see what it is that I have. I just see abundance. I see greatness. I see amaze. Last year was destruction, like literally out here. I mean, I got pictures, videos, everything of just the land didn't grow at all. And I know that was going on all around, but I would notice that some people's fields were looking good. So it's almost like there's rain going over some people's properties, but other people's properties it wasn't. And I was the one that wasn't. And more that I start to really have faith and have a good understanding of knowing the foundation of how to be able to have things look good. I've noticed this year, like things are looking very, very different for me, and things are cruising along very different for me, that I'm not struggling so much with little minor things. I'm not struggling so much with even if things aren't so perfect and the numbers aren't so right. I'm not in a panic of like, oh my God, I don't know, I'm just struggling, I'm stressed, and I don't know what to happen, I don't know what's going on. Hey Oreo, I don't know what's happening, I don't know what to do and where to go, and I know that everything is going to be all right. I know that everything is smooth. I know that everything is going to be able to be taken care of. I know that something is going to happen to be able to make sure that everything is going to follow through, and I don't have to worry too much or worry so much about it. That I could just I could just rely upon Jesus to be able to get what it is that I need. And with that, man, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you for the new level of motivation that is coming back to me to be able to really express who I am and being able to just freely and openly do and say and be who I am without the need of having to hide things of what you would think and what someone would think, what someone would say, and how they're going to treat me differently once they know, say this about me. And just to be able to just open up and just be able to do stuff that I want to do. And I know others are going to look at it like it's stupid, but I just do it. And I'm just like, I like this. And it just is what it is. And I enjoy it. I enjoy doing what someone would say is dangerous stuff, the places I go and I run. And I'm so thankful to be able to have the energy to get back into that. So now I'm on every single day that I just had this urge to just, I gotta go, I gotta run, like serious run. Like no longer just playing and dancing around, but like getting her done, like making work out of it, making something out of it instead of just being there. And it's something to me that just, I know I get more and more of that the more I understand and the more I pray and the more closer I get to Jesus, the more that I start to trust and knowing that everything's going to be all right. That I'm able to just get out there and make stuff happen. I'm able to get out there and actually perform. I'm able to stay out here and actually get stuff done. That when I'm looking at what I got going on, that it doesn't take me days, weeks, hours. It just takes me a couple of minutes to just focus in and just get her done. I'm so thankful to be able to keep on pursuing all of the little passions that I have, all the little creative things that I have, and being able to explain it to other people and them not look at me like I'm stupid, but look at me like, man, that's impressive, man. Like, that's pretty cool. Instead of me looking at it like it is stupid because the rest of the world would say it's stupid. A lot of things that I do, the rest of the world is just like, dude, that's whatever. But for me, I'd rather do something rather than just sit down and watch a TV show. And I'm so thankful to be able to be in a position today to get away from my such negative thoughts and negative ways and negative everything, that I can now open my brain up to doing these things that I absolutely enjoy. You're doing these things that I've been delaying in reality that I know I've always wanted to do. But now, since I've got this whole new sense of understanding of me and of God and of Jesus and of this world and of this land and of these animals and everything, it's really just been able to upgrade my life to be able to just release a lot of this negative drama that I had, to be able to push me into being able to just really, really upgrade what it is that I do. And then all these things I do, I could just focus in without the whole thoughts of you're stupid and you're dumb and it's not going to go anywhere and why are you even working on this? Those silly thoughts that we all get, that I've just been able to get rid of that. Just, this is cool. This is awesome. I really enjoy this. This is sounding really nice. This is looking really good. And just moving forward with that. And also knowing that wherever you start with whatever you're doing, that's the start. And you're just going to keep getting better and better and better and better and better. Every day, every time, every chance. It's just going to keep getting better. And that's the beauty to me of having a good understanding of knowing who God truly is and what he's all about. And being able to get me to be able to just have an awesome life. And that's something that I say often in a lot of just thank you. And sometimes all I can just repeat in my brain on even just going for a walk is just every third step of just saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this chance. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for allowing me to be able to do this. Thank you for allowing me to be able to go through struggles, to be able to get to a point of being able to look back at that struggle and say, wow, that was pretty cool. I don't know how I was able to get through that. Thank you for being able to bring the greatness that comes to me. Thank you for bringing certain people into my life to be able to say something to me that really just, it's like you knew that I was needing, God. You knew the words that I needed to hear. Instead of just assuming it, but actually just putting it out there so that I could just hear it, so that I could just calm down, so I could relax and just say, oh, okay, I see what's going on. And it's just saying thank you. And thank you for every little thing that's around. And thank you for the chance that I'm thirsty, but I know I'm going to be able to have availability at some time to be able to get. And just thankful that I'm able to just breathe. I'm telling you, just being thankful. There's certain things about just being and saying that is going to start to transform and change your life. That you're gonna end up having no choice but to just keep saying thank you, and something is going to happen that you're going to start to just really transform all your thoughts from all this negative badness to just absolute awesomeness, I'm going to say, of knowing that you can pursue it and you can get it done. and who caring about what someone else is doing, because that's one of the major commandments I'm going to say, because he's talking about his commands. Keep my commands. It's one of the major commands. Stop worrying about what your neighbor has and what your neighbor's doing, and just focus on what you got. I'm telling you, there's power behind that. There's power behind all 10 of these commandments. There's so much power behind it. There's power to the point that it really just transforms your life into being able to do something absolutely amazing. Because all of those are just, it's just all drama. It's all negative. It's all crap. But once you get into the commandments and you start to understand them and you start to live by them, you start to practice them, I'm telling you, you're going to have no choice but to just experience a way better life out here. And I just want to say thank you.